Maganda umaga, folks. Good morning. It's morning here in Louisville, Kentucky. I've been getting myself ready to go back to work. Like I said, I work in a concrete company delivering concrete. See that little truck up there? That's what my truck looks like, only it's probably 1,000 times bigger. And I've been doing that for over 4 years. But anyways, it's time to give you a breakdown of my expenses of traveling to the Philippines for the 2 months I stayed there, from December 25th till February the 19th or 20th or something like that. But it was a total of 59 nights. And my expense for the 59 nights, I'll go through it in detail for you. So I took a total of $2,020 with me to travel to the Philippines. I know some people might not think that's enough money, $2,020 for 2 months stay, but since this is my third time there, I already know what I need to expend, and I got it just on the dot almost. So $2,020, when I converted it into the pesos, it was 57.65 pesos to the dollar. I ended up getting 116,500 pesos for $2,020. And I stayed for 59 nights. The cost of the 59 nights in different Airbnb, the first week was 7 nights at an Airbnb. That was $208.05. And then the one I stayed, the place I stayed the longest was 49 nights, and that was in Subic Bay, which we stayed up there for 49 nights. That one came out to $1,191.94. And then coming back to Manila for 3 nights, waiting for my plane, that was $164.83 for the 3 nights. So total for the 59 nights, I paid $1,564.82. If you divide that into how much per night, it came out to $26.50 per night of the 59 nights, which is 1,528 pesos per night times 59 nights. So the total for the 49 nights, if you convert that into pesos, it came out to 90,000 pesos, a little over 90,000 pesos to stay in the Philippines for 59 nights of all the Airbnb that I booked. And then the plane flight to Louisville to LAX, and then from LA to the Philippines, it came out to a total of $2,540.37. I had to take 2 flights from here to LA, from LA to the Philippines, and then on my way back, I flew from Manila to LA and then stayed there for about 10 days to visit my mom. And then from there, I flew back to Louisville, which also took 2 flights back to Louisville, which they routed me through Dallas and then back to Louisville, Kentucky. But anyways, the round trip ticket from Kentucky to Manila and then Manila back to Kentucky was a total of $2,540.37. And for my Filipino people, that was 146,431 pesos for my round trip ticket to the Philippines. Now, my expenses were a total of $6,126 total for the flight, the Airbnb, the food, and everything that we spent was $6,126 in pesos. That would be 353,164 pesos. If you convert it into, I think I did it 57.65 pesos is what I paid when I got there, what I got for the dollar. So, but out of that money, this year I spent for a bike rental. I rented the bike for, I believe it was 38 days. It was $243 total for the 38 days, which was, I thought, pretty cheap. It came out to something like under 400 pesos per day. And then I also spent 25,000 pesos or $433.65 on dental work. I'm not sure if I really needed it, but since I was there and they told me I needed it and it was only 25,000 pesos or $433, I figured I'll go ahead and do it. I did get one of my tooth filled because I had a gap in the filling, got lost a year ago, so I had that filled. I also had 10 teeth worked on and had a cleaning, and that cost me 25,000 pesos total. And so that was a total of, with the bike and the dentist, was $677 or 39,000 pesos, which I kind of don't think I should include it on my expenses of going to the Philippines, although I did spend that. But if you deduct that from the total, then I really spent 77,500 pesos for the 2 months or the 59 nights that it stayed there, which would be $1,343 is what it cost me to stay in the Philippines for almost 2 months, 59 nights, without counting the bike rental and the dentist. So $1,343 for 2 months almost came out to $672 expense for the month, for a month in the Philippines. And I'm talking about room, food, and transportation. Of course, if you want to include the bike, then it would be a little more. But just for the food and board, nights came out to $672. And we all know that I would have saved a lot more money if I would have just used the jeepney going back and forth, which is about 14 pesos per person. But I choose to have a bike, a trike, or whatever you want to call it, a moped. For 38 days I had the moped. I felt more comfortable getting up and going wherever I wanted to go with Jen. It saved time, and I didn't have to fool with jeepneys and getting in a crowded jeepney and all that good stuff. Although a lot of people advise foreigners not to be driving in the Philippines, especially a moped or, a little trike. And I agree with that fact. It is dangerous to be driving around, especially if you're in Manila area. But since I was in Subic Bay, all along International Highway there, I felt a little more comfortable driving around in the Philippines there in Subic Bay. And, I agree with most foreigners that say it's dangerous to be driving a trike, a moped, especially for an older person like me. I'm 65. I'll be 66. Oh my God, I'll be 66 in 8 more days, March 28th, folks. I'm getting up there in age, but I still feel young. But yeah, I agree. Don't drive. Maybe you shouldn't be driving at all, but it'd be safer to drive a car or a pickup truck. But I kind of like being able to pick up and go, and if I can rent a little scooter like that and be more comfortable getting wherever I want to go and leave instead of waiting for a jeepney to finally stop and pick you up, because most of the time those jeepneys are full and you got to wait there for 15 minutes to actually catch one, and sometimes I just not that comfortable waiting, especially in 90-degree weather, so I chose to rent a bike. But I do agree it is dangerous, but sometimes I feel like, hey, it's it's part of me. I'm not going to be scared of life and or of dying, although I do protect myself. But I'm still going to live my life the way I want to live it, and I choose to do so. And whoever doesn't think it's the right thing to do, then they shouldn't do it. But I'm going to do it. But anyways, for the 1 month cost of staying in the Philippines was $672 a month, which turns out to be 38,740 pesos per month. So a lot of the bloggers are saying you can live with $1,000 a month, and I agree. You can live with $1,000 a month comfortably, not super rich or nothing, but you can live comfortably. I mean, I spent $1,564 in 2 month rental. So if you divide that in half, it's almost what, 1564 divided by 2, $782 a month rent. And we all know you can rent a house almost anywhere in the Philippines for $300 or $400, or an apartment for less. So yeah, you can live off $1,000 a month pretty good, but I choose not to. I'd like to live on higher means. I'm doing it right now, living on a mediocre means of $1,000 a month when I travel, only because I'm trying to save money for my new house I'm going to build in Lipa City, Santo Tomas, Batangas. So I'm a little bit of a penny saver right now. I don't need to be, but I like to, because I want to have enough money, which I know I will, but I just like to save money, period. But when I live in the Philippines, after I retire here in July 7th is when I retire. I'll be 66. And I'll have the money to build my house. No, won't need a loan or nothing, so I'll spend maybe 120 to 140,000 American dollars to build my home. But as far as traveling for 2 months, you can do it for 1,000 pesos. If you are smart enough, you can travel for $1,000. Excuse me, not pesos. $1,000 a month expenditure. And granted, I was eating out a lot, and I think maybe 60% of the time we were eating out, and 40% of the time we were cooking at our condominium, or whatever you want to call it, apartment. But me and Jen enjoy cooking, and that's what we like to do. So again, I also spent the little over 3,000 pesos to get my extended visa for another 30 days, which is a little over $60 for the extended visa of 30 days. So if you include all that, I did do okay. Again, I did spend almost 100,000, a little over 100,000 peso out of the 116,000 pesos that I took. I probably spent 100,000 total pesos, and that's renting a scooter, doing my teeth work, which was $433 or 25,000 pesos. 14,000 pesos was for the scooter, so that's a 39,000 peso that I spent extra on the 2 months that I was there. So you can do it, folks. Don't think that you can't live out of $1,000 a month paycheck from Social Security. It can be done, and I was pretty comfortable. And I did spend $780 in rental a month. So if you don't pay Airbnb prices, you can do it easily for $1,000 a month living in the Philippines, unless you want to live in Airbnb or BGC or something, and it could still be pretty done with 2,000 American dollars, which I think it could be done at BGC for 2,000 American dollars. You can still live in an area like BGC. But anyways, I wanted to give you the rundown of my expenses. I had a blast. I had a good time seeing my baby Jen, and it can be done, folks. Don't let anybody say that 1,000 pesos you can't live good. You can live good. It depends on how you want to live, and of course, you can't be eating out every night 3 times a day. You can't be doing that. I mean, if you want to do that, then it's probably going to cost you 3 or 4,000 American dollars a month if you want to live like that and never cook at home. But that's crazy. You get better food if you cook it yourself. Who knows what's in the meals that you buy out in the streets or even in restaurants. I choose to know what I'm eating. Therefore, that's why me and Jen like to cook. But anyways, I want to thank all my subscribers. I'm almost up to 1,200 subscribers, I think, something like that. I'm not remember, but I want to thank everybody for viewing my channel. I'm a nobody. By meaning I'm a nobody is I'm surprised that I have people viewing my stuff. But again, when I do move into the Philippines next year in March is when I plan to move and retire to the Philippines. My blogging videos would be about building my house. I'm going to do nothing but building my house, a video every day of what my house is going to be like. I'll do another video to show you what my plans are. They changed to how I'm going to do my house from the other year. I showed you my plans. This time is totally different, and I'll make another video regarding that, so this video won't be so long. So again, I want to thank all my viewers and my subscribers, and if you guys want to send me a message or any questions you want to ask, please do so. I have videos of the places I stayed. They're very nice and comfortable. Again, I want you guys to be kind and love each other. We don't live long enough, although it seems like we do. Time just flies, and enjoy the company of family and friends, and be kind to each other. And if you can give $1 or $2, if you're in the U.S., do so. Help somebody. If you're in the Philippines, give 100 or 200 pesos to somebody in need, and be kind to each other, love each other, and do what you like somebody to do to you. Be kind to each other. And like they say in other videos, they always say, don't forget to subscribe and like and ring the bell. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you, folks. God bless you all. Sayonara, arrivederci, hasta luego, etc., etc. Palam, palam. God bless you all. Be kind and be good. Bye, folks.